following presentation is for mature audiences only.
Who are you?
He's a fine man.
All hell is broken loose.
He's a great broadcaster.
He's a very powerful guy. Absolutely brilliant.
Feared by men, adored by women.
He's a smart boy.
It's patriotic.
It's no big deal.
It's the end of the world.
I might as well tell you now. He's a monkey.
And how you doing, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages? Welcome in to another edition of The Wild Side with Eric Clark. I am your host, Eric Clark, coming to you from the wild side of Nashville, saying thank you very much for taking time out of your busy day to give this video a watch and a listen. And as I always say, if you like it, like it. If you think other people are going to like it, make sure you give it a share. Make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel. That way you get all the notifications when I drop a new one, when I drop a new video. Also, make sure you're linked up with me on all of my social media, whether it be Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. That way you have a direct line to me, and there's an easier way to communicate, because I'm going to get to that in a minute. It can get a little bit overwhelming. Before we get started today, I want to thank those that power the Wild Side with Eric Clark. That would be Aspen Dental and Connect 200. Without them, I wouldn't be coming to you with such high quality and such a great smile. So again, thank you to everybody who has been participating. I have got to tell you, the last couple of days have been very overwhelming. I have been flooded by people saying thank you for the reaction, sharing their similarities with me. So I want to thank everybody who has reached out and given me such kind words of encouragement and given me the support over the past few days. I'm old, so I don't know if blowing up is still a thing, but I've not received this level of attention in quite some time. And that's a personal thing as to why I've been kind of hold off for a while. But I just want to say thank you to everybody who has been participating and commenting and giving me a like and a share, becoming subscribers. Thank you again. I'm never going to ask you for money. I'm only going to ask you to subscribe. That way the channel will grow, and then I can use that, and I'll go worry about the money. But thank you very much for being a part of the community. I've written down everybody's suggestions. I have a book. I have everybody's stuff tagged. So I'm going to do my best to get through as much of it as possible. But I can't guarantee that I'm going to get to everything. And I can't guarantee that you're going to like what I have to say about it. And again, if you're going to leave a comment, if you're going to leave a suggestion, I recommend you go through the comment section ahead of time and just look to make sure that I'm just not being inundated with redundancy, that it's just not one after the other of the same thing. I get it. You want me to check out Sabotage the Christmas Truce. I get that. You want me to check out other Nightwish videos. You want me to see these other bands like Ginger. I get that. They're on my list. I'm going to try to get to them as much as I can, but I do have a day job and I have kids. So until this becomes a full-time gig, I'm going to get to these when I can on my schedule, but I will try to get to everybody's suggestions. Today's suggestion, we're going to play a little bit of a game. I'm getting a lot of questions in the comment section about how radio works. Having spent 30 years as a program director, assistant program director, music director, promotions director, I've even spent time dressed as the radio station mascot and stage diving at Metallica in Atlanta dressed as a fox. So I've covered the spectrum of radio jobs. But today we're going to play music call. In the world of radio, music format radio, you have music directors. These music directors get with the program director, and between them, they guide the radio station's sound. So to start your radio station, you start with a core base of artists. You say, this is the core base of our radio station sound. And then along the way, you add music to that, whether it be a new song from a traditional band, a core artist, as they're called, or if it's a new artist with a new song that you would like to get out there and get to the people, which is where everybody's questions are coming from. Why doesn't band X get more airplay on U.S. radios? Well, the addition of new music to radio stations currently in the United States comes from two places. It comes from high up in corporate, or it comes from a consultant and their relationships with the label. Back in the day when I started as a music director, you would have what are called call days. Call days are once a week or every 2 weeks. You would sit down and have conversations on the phone with A&R reps or artist and repertoire, people from the label, promoters, managers, producers, whomever it was that sent you the music the week prior. So you get this music from all these different places, and then you sit down, listen to all this music, and then you and your program director kind of go through and say, is this something we want to add to our current library? And if you do add it, what category are you putting it in, and what type of rotation is that song getting? Is it an A category that gets played every 90 minutes? Is it a B category that gets played every couple of hours? Do you take it from the A and B and put it into your recurrence, or do you put it down into a Z category that's used for a weekend specialty show or something like that? So, I hope you stuck with me on that one. Today we're going to play Music Call. I got a video sent to me through social media. I haven't seen it. I don't know anything about the band. And I thought this would be a great opportunity to see how someone like me, who's been a music director, would decide whether or not this song, this band, would be added to my rock station. So, in a hypothetical world, this band sent me, or their rep, or their producer, or whomever, sent me the music and said, hey, Eric, do me a favor, give it a listen. Would you like to add it to your station? Now, today, we're going to do the music call. You are the rep. I am the music director. A lot of times these don't go the way you think they're going to go. Now, I've been doing this for a long time. Sitting down, listening to music, deciding whether or not it's going to go on our radio station. I'm not saying whether or not this is a good song. I'm not saying whether or not it's a good band. What I'm saying is this radio friendly? And when I say radio friendly, you have to remember that in radio, we don't shoot bullets. We shoot buckshot. That is the mentality that we have to have. We're not out here saying, I want to play this song for these 5 people. You're saying, I'm playing this song to a mass audience. So the question is the song you're asking me to listen to radio friendly? Is it something that I can put on my radio station that maintains the image of our core? Okay, so this band is out of Sweden. It was sent to me. The band is called Majestica. Sounds pretty metal. So we're going to give it a look today and decide whether or not Majestica would fit on our radio station. And I will tell you right now, I kind of looked through and saw they had a metal version of A Christmas Carol. So I don't know how this is going to go, but we're going to give it a shot anyway. This is Majestica, and the song is called Metal United. Checks all the boxes, right? Majestica, Swedish metal band. The song is called Metal United. So, here we are, you and I on the phone. I'm going to give it a listen as the music director. I'm going to tell you whether or not I'm going to add this song to our rock radio station. Here we go. I think I played that video game in like 92. Update your logo. I'm going to stop you right here. This is what we call bro rock. I'm telling you right now, it's bro rock. This is no different than Dropkick Murphys or Godsmack's Whiskey Hangover, Rehab at the Bar. This is bro rock. I'm telling you that right now. And I predict there's going to be chanting or a countdown. There's rules we have about songs like this. And Godsmack fell into it with Whiskey Hangover. It's a drinking tune. It's a tune that's played in a garage with your friends while you're playing beer pong. It's bro rock. I'm telling you that right now. I'm going to let it play, but I'm predicting there's chanting involved. There's probably going to be, I bet the bass player plays bass with his fingers. I bet they do the side-to-side, back and forth duel thing, but we'll give it a shot.
Someone said the story's over, someone said the end. Someone even bravely called
Dude on the jet ski's like, deuces, I'm out. Okay, Majestica, Metal United from Nuclear Blast Records. Thank you for the suggestion. I appreciate that. Man, they checked every box, didn't they? Didn't they? I was waiting to see Puka Shells at some point. This is bro rock, is what it is. And I'm going to use a Jerry Seinfeld phrase here. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's a good tune. The word that we use in the industry is formulaic. There is a formula to writing songs for generic audiences. There is. I had a chance to ask a very legendary songwriter one time about his music and why is it so good and why is it so relatable? And he said, well, I just keep it simple. I write about fun or sad. Those are the two emotions everybody can relate to. So this is bro rock. This is like if it were country music, it'd be Kenny Chesney. It'd be Florida Georgia Line. Like I don't know if there's like a similar comparison in Sweden, but in America we've got Florida Georgia Line. I don't know what the line would be in Sweden, but that's what this is. This is straight up 4/4 measure by measure formula rock. It is, and it's not bad. It's not bad rock. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, as I told you, I can see that coming. Now, the question would be, is this something that I would add to a rock station? If I were programming a rock station in Stockholm, I would add that. For how long? I don't know. Not very long. I would probably add this track when they were in town playing a show. And more than likely, I love how they made this video. You're showing me these guys playing to 40 people in an open lake, and then you're cutting to massive pits and massive crowds. So well done. Obviously, Majestica is a band that is daytime on stage. Like they're on stage while roadies are still taping wires and people are setting up chairs and stuff like that. Again, it's a good rock song. Whiskey Hangover by Godsmack is a good rock song. It's basic. It's simple. And there's nothing wrong with that. So again, it's a good tune. But my question to Majestica would be, who do you want your audience to be? It's always been my question with bands. Do you want your audience to be just the people that like you? Or do you want to go out and capture a larger audience? And the way you have to do that is widen your scope. Again, in radio, when we're programming radio to get music out to the masses, we can't shoot bullets. We have to shoot buckshot. This song is bullets. This is a very direct, targeted song to a specific audience. And there's nothing wrong with that because the audience that loves this song are going to eat it up. They are going to Dropkick Murphys. They've got like one good tune, and it's the tune you know. But if you talk to any of their fans, why aren't you playing more Dropkick Murphys? I'll tell you why. Because they're narrow. They're narrow in their targeting. Again, what do you want to do as a band? That's the question I have to ask you. Are you going to go out and do your own thing and just let the world come to you? Bands like Nightwish, bands like Tool? Okay, fine. But just remember, even a band like Tool, we're very limited with what we can play on our radio station. Because is it audience friendly? And not only that, when can we play it? Is this something, there's some stations that play Tool, but only at night. So again, coming from a radio programmer and a radio music director point of view, this is a solid track. It's a very simple, basic, generic rock song. It's bro rock. And that's the core audience of our rock station. Whether or not this song would maintain, whether or not this would become a core song, I don't think so. But would I add this tune? If I were a music director at a station in Europe, I would add that track. Again, for how long, I don't know. What category, I'm not sure. I'd have to look at the rest of the music list. But yeah, I would add that. Is this something that's going to, break boundaries and shake up the world? Again, I saw a dude on a jet ski with his kid like, deuces, I'm out. I had enough. It's a basic rock tune, but it's not going to appeal to everybody. And that's what the problem I run into with fan bases. And moving forward, you have to understand that I'm probably not going to love the band the way you do because you're a fan. And by all means, continue to support bands like Majestica. Bands like Majestica need all the support they can get because they're probably not getting it from the labels. And if they are, it's very quick. If I were to sit down with Nuclear Blast Records and the guys from Majestica, and if this is what you're going to do, if you're adamant about that, and you're adamant about, we're going to use traditional folk music and it's basically just beer drinking music for the bros at the lake. Okay. Florida Georgia Line has made Kenny Chesney have made complete careers out of it. Without a doubt. So by all means, that's cool. What I would do if I were attached with this band, I would start using avenues of digital marketing for that song. Moby was really good back in the day about using his songs for commercial use. I remember when you started to see, when he dropped that CD play, everybody was really offended that Moby could sell his music to a company to use in a commercial. Yeah, well, now you know that track. And now that track is in your head. So, if radio is not going to be the way that you go to get Majestica out to the masses, my recommendation for Nuclear Blast Records and this band would be to start looking at video games. Start looking around at video game companies, publishers, places like that you can use the music. Allow that music to be used in other avenues than radio. Because again, coming from a commercial and mainstream radio, corporate radio standpoint, when you send me this track, you saw within 2 minutes, I already knew what this was. I get these all the time. You have no idea how much music we get in a week. So I could call it. I could tell you right away, this is a 4/4 bro rock tune. It's going to have the whistling. It's going to have the chanting. I was waiting to see some puka shells. I'm shocked. Are puka shells not a thing in Sweden? Do people not wear puka shells? You don't, but you wear a lot of denim. That's something I've noticed about European metal fans. A lot of denim, which is totally cool. But yeah, it's a good tune. So good job, Majestica, Metal United. You caught me with the you caught me with the title. I'll give you that one, Metal United. But yeah, solid track, bro rock, 4/4, not too complicated. I will check out the Christmas Carol, not because I'm going to review it or criticize it or comment on it or whatever. I just want to see how it's done. So I will check out the A Christmas Carol. But again, if I were attached with the band, coming from a corporate radio standpoint, having worked with A&R people in the past, having worked a lot with producers, I would say find avenues other than radio to get this band out to the public. Again, it's a good band, great riff. You know, it is a good riff. When you go back into the tune, especially at the beginning, it's a good riff. It's got that Dropkick Murphys vibe to it. It's got that Boston bar band kind of vibe to it, which once again, fans are awesome in that I would have these discussions with, why aren't you playing band X more? And I would say, because I can take every fan of that band and put it in my high school gym in this market. Because again, I have to program with a shotgun, not a sniper rifle. But would I add that track? Would I add Majestica? Here in the United States, maybe. Maybe if they were, for example, if they were on support with another band and they were touring in our area and we were going to do like an acoustic session with them or a meet and greet or something like that to help the label to get, yeah, by all means. But trust me when I tell you, the minute their equipment goes on that truck, they go back into the slow rotation category, without a doubt. Because again, I'm going to get 20 of these songs next week. And if it's not from one of our core artists, we'll play it, see what what it rolls, and then we'll move on. So again, good job, Majestica. Solid band. Bass player played with his fingers. I was waiting on that one. I'm surprised I didn't see the bald guy, because there's usually a token bald guy in your metal band. So good job, Majestica. You don't have your token bald guy. I appreciate that. So thank you very much. That's basically what a music call in rock radio would go. They would send me the song. I would sit down and listen to it, and then they would call me and say, what do you think? And I would tell them exactly what I just told you. Good tune. Why do you need me to add it? I've got 30 of them just like it sitting in a hard drive. So tell me why I need to add Majestica. Are they coming through town? Do we need to show physical support at a venue? Is there a promotional exchange I can make with you to get them in the studio to do a live acoustic session, a meet and greet with the fans? That would be a way to also help them grow as well. Start pimping out this band to local radio stations to do acoustic sets with meet and greets and little special occasions. It's something we did with bands all the time. So they're on tour with this huge band that doesn't want to do the acoustic session. That's fine. We'll get this other band to come in, do the meet and greet, and people will come and meet them and hang out with them, and it'll help you grow your audience. But as far as getting extended play and becoming a core artist of a rock station, I don't think that's going to happen, man. I just don't think that's going to happen. But you need to start somewhere. And if I were your producer, if I were your manager, if I were your A&R guy, I would start looking at more grassroots methods to get that band out there. Hopefully this did it. I really, hopefully this helps as well. Again, I'm not saying it's a bad song, and I'm not saying they're a bad band. I'm just telling you my point of view as a music director and former program director of corporate mainstream radio here in the United States. So I hope that helped out. Again, it was a good tune. Is it going to be on my iTunes list? I don't know. But I hope it gets on yours. By all means, give them a follow, give them a like, help grow the band if this is something you dig. Whether or not it's going to go on my radio station, I would have to look at the rest of my playlist and see what kind of relationship I want to build with this artist and with this record label. That's really how it works. It's a very radio and music in the United States is very tightly controlled, and it's all about relationships. It's all about What can I, the radio station, do for you, the band, and what can you, the band, do for me, the radio station? We need to help each other grow. So that's how we go into our music calls. We go into our music calls saying, how does this band and this song help my radio station? And Majestica Metal United would help me for about a week or two. And then, honestly, I think people would move on. So again, I'll check out the Christmas Story and see what a Metal Dickens. I heard it when I said it. See what a Metal Dickens is like. So again, I want to thank you very much for suggesting Majestica Metal United. I hope that my insight into the radio industry has helped you understand better how to grow your audience and which direction to take your band. Again, I'm not saying it's good or bad. I'm not saying they're good or bad. I'm not ranking them over or under anyone else. All I'm saying is if you called me and said, would you add them? This is the conversation we would have. I want to thank everybody for participating today. Make sure you leave your like, leave your comment in the comment section below. Make sure you get subscribed. That way you can get your updates and you can get your little bell notifications when I drop a new video. You can also subscribe to me on all of the social media. That way you can get your message to me a little bit more directly and we can have a little bit more open dialogue about a band you'd like me to highlight, a song you'd like me to check out, a band you'd like to know whether or not I'd add them on my radio station or not. So thank you for everyone participating today. Thank you, Aspen Dental and Connect 200. Without you, The Wild Side with Eric Clark wouldn't even be possible. So again, I want to thank you. Leave your comment, leave your like. If you think other people are going to dig it, give it a share. Thank you. So make sure you're looking out for each other. Make sure you're looking out for your neighbor. I say it every time and I mean it every time. Try to do at least one good thing a day. I'm Eric Clark. This has been The Wild Side.